The minister says the latest tax hike and spending cut proposals will create more space for the government to meet its fiscal targets, and that's assuming they are accompanied by increased economic growth. The current low growth scenario reflects low business and consumer confidence. The growth focus has been revised downwards to 0.5%, a far cry from the February's estimate of 0.9%. But the government is trying to avoid the low growth trap by pumping additional capital into infrastructure development.
Major infrastructure programs over the next 3 years include over 300 billion rands in transport and logistics projects, 240 billion rands in the energy sector, 137 billion rands in water and sanitation. Security of energy supply is a cornerstone of sustainable growth, as we've learned from our last few years of experience. And within the framework of the Integrated Resource Plan, current and revised, it has been confirmed that ESCOM will take the lead in the nuclear power initiative in respect of ownership and operations.
Other elephants in the room is the ballooning government debt and a huge public sector wage bill. One metric ratings agencies and the markets are looking at with keen interest.
Moderation in government personnel spending, and the number currently, honourable members, sits somewhere between 37 and 40% of our non-interest expenditure is going on personnel spending. That these steps are in progress to improve. In addition to that, we need steps to ensure that procurement and supply chain management are both managed in the right way to ensure the right kind of fiscal path, and as a precondition for effective and cost-effective public service delivery.
Government's debt service costs are rising at a rapid rate, leaving less money available for its social priorities like education and health. This is adding more constraints on government fiscus and impacting negatively on its ability to encourage inclusive growth. But the challenge the government could not sidestep is making provisions for the fees must fall movement.
In addition to the 16 billion rands added to higher education funding in the February 2016 budget, we therefore propose a further 9 billion rands for the National Student Financial Aid Scheme over the period ahead, raising its funding by over 18% a year. Over 8 billion rands will to meet the costs of fee increases for students from households with incomes up to 600,000 rand.
These new spending pressures, coupled with liquidity risk at some state-owned enterprises, remain key risks in achieving fiscal consolidation. But the minister has again issued a stern warning to all parastatals that there's no longer room for further guarantees or bailouts. Now the ball is back firmly in the investors and rating agencies' court. As to whether they will respond positively to the statement, time will tell. Manilisi Tubase, SABC News, Parliament.